Right. On my way to London with Honorable Pepe here. I don't know, but we're just wondering. Mapurisa ya ruguru wanu. Mapurisa ere kana udichi. Comrade Elliot.
The information on the ground in Zimbabwe is under siege, not from professional police officers, but my militias, yes, and when the MDC, the Young Mugabe National Unit, in 2009 to 2013, carried an audit. There are over 33,000 my militias who are trained. This RPF. Are you literally doing nothing? We are going to raw areas, but we are chitambira every month.
Yeah. And these people don't announce my border gaze.
Don't announce my border gaze. Okay. And I got my green bomber.
So.
And I want to remind our viewers out there and Mr. Derek, initially my border gaze they originated from Bindura.
Yeah.
The Nogawaka train was the first batch. The intention is to roll out the whole country. No. It was to terrorize Bindura and Majority Central.
Okay.
At that time, did Andre MP candidate for MDC, and I was the target. So the initial setup in my militia and my border case was specifically to disseminate the opposition MDC within my constituents, and also, to maim, destroy property. My supporters, MDC.
Yes.
Yes, that was the intention initially.
So Bindura actually, is that where Elliot Manyika and Bodagesi, is that where they hail from?
Indeed, yeah.
And you've stood against them during elections?
Yes. Both Bodagesi and Elliot Manyika are well known as being brutal, gangsters, very dangerous people. In the field of politics, and I'm glad that there are no more. It's one of those times that those who celebrate people's death, but they were good riddance in a way.
Yeah. And so, what about this social media? You might be considered a terrorist right now doing this, according to the government of Zimbabwe?
Well, that is an illegal law, and the best way to deal with an illegal law is to defy it. So we'll defy it. We'll continue to speak out. There is nothing criminal in demanding that a government be accountable, and that enough is enough. And look at it. They promised 2.2 million jobs, and what they've done, they've destroyed all remaining industries through the indigenization policy. And all people are demanding is they're demanding jobs, they are demanding a fairer system in Zimbabwe, and there's nothing criminal in that.
But they've said they did not promise 2 million jobs. They promised the conditions for people to create 2 million jobs, especially the graduates. Why are they not creating 2 million jobs?
Well, so the graduates are supposed to create the 2.2 million jobs, is it?
Yes, that's according to ZANU-PF.
Yeah, that's laughable. In any economy, it is the role of the government to implement a sound fiscal policy. A fiscal policy that actually becomes a magnet for foreign direct investments, regional and local investment. Only then can you talk about creating employment. And if the government implemented sound policies that attract investments, of course not. We know that. So that is a wishful thinking. And the fact of the matter is that this government has failed. and they must accept that they failed. And what we need as Zimbabweans is a new government, a new era. Zimbabwe is one of the richest countries in terms of resources. We have got the intellectual capital. We are the most literate country in Africa. We don't deserve this. We don't deserve this type of government where people are now sleeping in queues, in bank queues, because there is no cash circulating in the country.
Okay. Now, can you tell me one thing about extraditing citizens who may be deemed to be cyber terrorists by the government? I know that the United Kingdom has struggled to extradite individuals who have openly defied the UK government whilst in the UK. They have openly spoken violently against the UK government, but when you come to think about the Zimbabwean issue, do you think the UK government has got the energy and the resources to honor an extradition request by the Zimbabwe government for individuals who may have insulted the president?
That will never work, and that's only scaremongering by ZANU-PF. Desperation. For any extradition, there must be a treaty between the two nations in that regard. And Zimbabwe and the UK do not have that treaty. And even if such a treaty existed, the process to extradite an individual, it takes time. There must be a merit that a criminal activity, which is also recognized by the UK laws, have taken place. And in this case, we are saying Zimbabweans are using the social media to demand what is rightful theirs, to demand the restoration of the rule of law, to demand that the government stop the violent abuses against innocent citizens. And that is within our own right and within the international human rights. So there is nowhere the UK government or any Western government for that matter that they can extradite any Zimbabwean to Zimbabwe to face injustice.
Yes, and can I just say, Thomas and Jeff, welcome, and Sogolu Claire, Siawamugela. Yes, we agree with you, Tom. Desperation indeed. You can say that again. You've just made that comment. If there is any question you'd like Elliot to answer, please feel free to just put it in the comments there and we'll respond to that. So in terms of the situation now, are we not putting, say, because if those people who are beating up civilians are actually not actual police but border gezi trainees or graduates, do you see there being a danger of, say, the actual police being targeted in the townships, when in actual fact they are probably not involved?
Indeed. I mean, there is what we call collateral damage. And these militias will be wearing police uniforms. Not many people would distinguish them. They would actually think that they are police officers. And the people at the moment are very angry with the hard-handedness of the police. And yes, I see a scenario where even professional police officers will be targeted. It will be a very unfortunate scenario. But then the current situation, it becomes difficult to distinguish who is professional and who is not. And we know that some, even professional police officers, they are only exercising those roles based on directives. they may be reluctant to carry those roles and execute those duties, but unfortunately, people above them, people like Shuhuri, those are confessed ZANU-PF card members, and they are doing this on behalf of ZANU-PF, and we know that. So yes, Zimbabwe out there, this is a dark cloud for our country, but again, I can see the green shoots coming out at the end of this tunnel, and we must be united, and we must fight this regime using all peaceful means possible.
Okay. Do we have professional police, if I may ask? Okay. Tom is asking if we've actually got professional police.
Yes, you will be surprised. I get some communication on the ground from professional police forces who are supporting the civic organizations, who are supporting us in whatever we do. And I can assure you that yes, they are there. They may be very afraid to speak out, but they find also certain channels through the social media to actually convey such messages of solidarity. Yes, they are.
Okay. I think we are going to stop now. We will catch up again, definitely. We are going somewhere, and we'll let you know in the next hour or so, and we'll hold another Facebook Live to answer your questions and also to update you on what we are going to do. So thank you very much for watching. Tom, there was Sugolutle, there was Jeff. I can't see who the fourth one is, but this is going to play again, so you can still comment on this actual live video. It won't be live anymore in the next few seconds, but it will be on my wall, and I'll also put it on YouTube. And by the way, tonight at 10:30 p.m. GMT, Elliot Feve and myself, we are going to hold a YouTube live streaming for about an hour. We're going to discuss the events of what we're going to London for today. Okay, can we achieve peace through dialogue with Mugabe regime? Tom wants to know. I think before we go, can you quickly answer that one?
Well, dialogues only works if you put pressure. And at the moment, I don't see Mugabe agreeing to go on the table with any organization whatsoever. We need to tighten the screws and put pressure on Mugabe. But the ultimate goal, the end game, always will be a negotiation settlement. Just like even Mugabe himself ended up negotiating with Ian Smith after a protracted struggle. Yes, it is possible, but the timing has to be right. And of course, the timing isn't now. We must continue fighting. Aluta continua.
Yes, and as a country which has never changed government, we don't really know what that is going to be like. I mean, the takeover of government departments, what is that going to be like? We don't know. So I want to, Tyler and B, welcome to the live, Facebook Live. Hopefully we can chat for another 2 minutes just to accommodate the people that have just come in. But like I said, this is going to be on my wall on my Facebook wall, and I'm also going to put it on my YouTube channel. If there are any questions, please put them there in the comments. We're just discussing the role of the police. We've seen beatings of people in Zimbabwe by police, and it is now being widely suspected that those are not actually police, but they are border Gezi recruits or graduates, and what they are doing is they are just being sent for specific assignment. Probably they are being sent to areas where they are not known. And if you've noticed something, it's very difficult to see their faces because of the attire they are wearing, the hats. So it's very difficult to see exactly, even on the pictures, it's been quite difficult to see who they are. We've also been talking about what it means to have, in fact, can I just ask you, what is your comment on our need for foreign direct investment?
Well, any country.
Welcome, Felix. Yes.
Any country in the world would do everything humanly possible to attract foreign direct investment, because this is where you get big organizations that can create massive employment. This is where you can get big organizations that can establish investment companies, also where the government can eventually realize corporate taxes, which they can then channel for capital investment, improving service delivery, and also infrastructure. So Zimbabwe is not an exception. Unfortunately, at the moment, the perception index for Zimbabwe for doing business is the worst in Africa, standing at 157 out of 177. So we are not competing with our neighbors like Mozambique, South Africa, etc. By far, we do not have environment that is conducive for doing business. So for as long as we've got Robert Mugabe and ZANU-PF in power, there is no way Zimbabwe can turn around its economic problems at the moment, because business functions on trust, on perception, and good governance, which all that isn't there within ZANU-PF.
Okay, Thomas just wrote, never ever rent a room for a police or soldier at your property. Let them live in barracks. Why rent someone who beat you up? And I totally agree. But I think like the widely held suspicion now is that most of those people, those are not actually police. Those are just border gazette trainees who put on new uniform, they go, they do the beating up, and then they go back home. B wrote, very interesting discussion, but are you having a live discussion and driving at the same time? Kind of dangerous and irresponsible. Well, the person who is doing the talking, or rather the person who is holding the camera, is myself. I'm not the one driving. So it's quite safe. We are quite safe as we are driving. The driver is quite, he's talking, but he's also he's got his eyes on the road, which is why we are not showing our faces now, because if we show, there's a tendency to want to look at your face if it's on screen. So the camera is away from the driver. He's just talking like any normal driver will do. So we are quite safe. Thank you for your concern. B there. Right, I think we have come to the end of the Facebook live chat for now, and like I said, in the next hour or so we'll be live again to update you on the activities that we're going to carry out, and also tonight at 10:30 p.m. GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, we'll be on YouTube live. We're going to post the link on our social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, G+, and I'll probably do a little Snapchat as well to update people on what we're going to do now. Okay, so thank you for your interesting questions and contributions. I think that as a people, we know what exactly how we want to live, and I think that if we all put our heads together, there are some brilliant ideas out there. They just need to be implemented. And I'm sure Tonterai has just joined us. Tonterai wanonoka shamwari. Takuda kupedza but tichadzoka zvekare. Sesifuna ukuqedisa kodwa sizaphenduka njalo. Sesifika lapha esiya khona. So sizalibona ngesikhathi esizayo. Nos vamos a ver dentro de una hora o 2 horas. No estoy seguro porque ya estamos en lugar donde nosotros vamos. Simon, Simon, we're not discussing capital now, but yes, you owe me a discussion on capital with the gallons of. You'll never want to leave power willingly. Yes, I think we will discuss that one later. We've just arrived, and we need to sign off now. Thank you very much, everyone. I think you should have gone that way. Can you keep going around? Okay. Is that closer, you think? Okay. Right. So, cheerio. Hasta la vista. Nos vemos más tarde. Sizobonana ngesikhathi esizayo. Tinonana pachinguwa chipfupi chiri kutevera. Bye.